on YouTube? It's James with Shyhammer Fantasy Battle Reports, and I'm back. Yeah, I had a rough time with no fucking laptop. It wasn't really that long, but I still had a rough time with no laptop. I had to go get a new one. It really sucked. I'm really upset about this. You don't understand how upset I am because, I'll tell you why. Because I had this battle report already done. The good news is I didn't delete the photos off the camera, so I was able to just pull them back up, and I'm gonna have to redo this fucking battle report again, round 2 on this thing. That sucks. And the first one I felt was like such good quality too. It really was. I already remember who the MVP was and everything. Anyways, let's get going. I'm just gonna go into and explain what's going on. This game was against Joe Pecoraro. Now Joe Pecoraro is a very skilled veteran player. He has won big tournaments. I think he won 2nd place at WCW last year, and actually at WCW last year was the last time I played this army that he's bringing today. He's bringing the Albino Alien Ogres. The Albino Alien Ogres, they look like Orcs, but they're white-skinned, and they're ogres. But yeah, he's bringing out the Albino Alien Ogres. I haven't fought him for about a year. He's also won 1st place at AdeptCon. I forgot which day it was that he won first day. It was either the big brawl or the singles. But either way, he is a very skilled veteran player. He's also applying for Team USA. So good luck to you, Joe, on applying for Team USA. He called me out of the blue, said he wanted to play a game, and I was like, let's do it. All right. So he came all the way out to the dojo, which is quite a drive for him actually, because we've driven out to where he's at, which is like the south suburbs of Chicago, and it's a pretty far drive. So he came out, and he's going to go ahead and play me. He has a very shooty ogre army, and let's go over that really quick. Also, I want to put out a disclaimer right now. There's a lack of pictures on here, and I'll explain it while we go along, but most of them is because the movement wasn't that much moving, or I just moved just straight up. There was no like charges or reactions, so it was kind of just like, that was that. Anyways, so let's go over what we have on the table. So we're going to start with my side over here. I got the Boar Boys of the Boar Apocalypse. I got 6 Boar Boys. This is actually my Road to Michigan GT list. If you guys have been following, it's a very close combat list. There's no war machines. There's no shooting. There's very little shooting is what it is. But this allows me to just have enough points just to go and BAM! In your face. And to top it off, I have a very fast army. I have a lot of movement 7, movement 8 stuff. Actually, just movement 7s. So that's the list that I'm playing, and I'm playing it for Michigan GT. Hopefully, guys, wish me some good luck. I'm going this weekend to Detroit, or depending on when you see this video, actually, I'm going to Michigan, and I'm hoping I could pull off something, you know, miraculous there. Let's see what happens. Hopefully, there's 30 people, so it's big. It's considered a GT on War Score, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, so I got the 6 Boar Boys of the Boar Apocalypse. They have Mechanox Totem, which turns off all magical items, as well as they have a good 2-up armor save and a strength 7 charge. It's crazy. Over here I got my big block of the Orc Horde, the Savages, the Savage Orc Ed Bashers with spears. They have Ironhide icon to protect them against shooting, which is good against this list, because usually when I play them, I'm playing like vampires or something that's close combat, and I'm just like, they don't care if they get shot. But they also have a movement banner, gives them a +1 movement, and as well as they get usually Goblin Joe follows along with them, and Goblin Joe gives them MR2 on top of their ward save. They have a 4 board against magic, which is awesome. Over here, I got my General Zod. Zod, kneel before Zod. Zod is a Iron Orc Iron Orc boss, war boss. He has Weapons Master, which gives him free reign to use his great weapon or his hand weapon shield. That's all I could afford, though. I could afford extra hand weapons and lance, but I would have to drop something, so I really can't find those points where to drop them. But anyways, he has a 1-up, 4-up, and a Bluffer's Helm, which makes anybody who wounds him reroll to wound. Over here I got my Gargantula Spider, the A-Rock, the Mother of Dragon, the Breaker of Chains, the most consistent MVP, tournament MVP, Greece MVP I have. This mother flower is just so beautiful. Alright, over here you can see I got a bunch of crap. I got the goblins on the right. There's 21 or 22 cave goblins, short bows, no nets. Got a goblin shaman in their unit. The goblin shaman has level 2 goblin spells with the dispel scroll. I got wolf riders on the left. Those wolf riders are just 5 of them, chaff riders. They got shields. In the front, that's King Koopa. If you want to know what King Koopa has, go watch my other video. I explain everything in detail. And then I got the cave goblins. Cave goblins in the background. They have 4 up armor, 4 up magic resistance, and 4 up regen. Over here, I got the chicken rock. The chicken rock is a thing of beauty. It's just art is what it is. Alright, over here for my opponent, he has a big block of Ogre Bruisers. Now the good news is, or the bad news is, they got a 5-up board against War Machines, which doesn't really matter to me. I don't care. They do have a MR. The BSB in the middle, in the second rank, has the MR item. Excuse me. And then they have the general in the front. Now the general is rocking the Hellfist. So these guys, everybody has chaos marks. Now these guys right here have lust, which I could understand why lust, but at the same time, I think pestilence and wrath do well in this unit as well. So the bruisers themselves, just regular bruisers, great weapons. The general has a ogre crossbow, which is awesome. Over here, he has 2 more units of chaff tribesmen with lust. Then he has this giant block. Here's where all the hitting power is. Holy shit, he has this giant block of ogres, bombardiers, 8 of them. Alright, they have a banner and their mark of change, which means they can get divine shots, flaming shots, hellfire shots, magic shots. That's crazy. And then look at this, bam, 8 more, actually 7 more, and then they have a shaman. So the 7 more, same thing, mark of change. They're gonna be able to shoot all those freaking shots. These guys can blast a hole through most things. I saw him put both of those units on the table and say they're a mark of change, and I looked at my list and I was like, oh shit, my trolls are dead. I said it exactly like that, like, oh man, the trolls are dead. They are so dead. There's just no way in hell they could live that onslaught of shots. That is just insane. Alright, so then over here he has a Kin Eater, and he also has the icing on the cake, the Thunder Cannon. Now the Thunder Cannon also has mark of change, because so he can shoot fire shots or divine shots. That's insane. Alright, so let's go over magic really quick. He does have Lore of Heavens, and then let's see. Nope, stop that. Okay. He has Lore of Heavens, so I get to steal his Lore of Heavens attributes. And he ended up getting Comet, Chain Lightning. Let me see. He had Comet, Chain Lightning. What else did he have? Stars Align and Curse of the Westerlies and Blizzard. I got, with my 5 spells that I got between the 2 shamans, Fix It Up, Evil Eye, Stay Quiet, and Gift of the Mother Spider. Now, we deployed like this, and I'm going to explain this for a little while here, okay? He dropped first, and he dropped everything in the middle. Everything just castled up. Now, we're playing banner scenario, so I picked out 3 units. I forgot, it was like 2, I think one of the small units, one of the bombardiers, and one of the big units. And I decided, because I was like, I'm going to fight that big unit. There's just no way in hell. I'm a close combat army, and I'm not going to fight that big unit. So, when I deployed my side, I figured, A, Savages are going right up the gut for those guys. There's just no bullshit around it. He has no real chaff. His chaff is on the flanks back there, just chilling back there. I don't know. I think he did that just so he could protect his Thunder Cannon. And I started deploying left flank heavy, and I figured if I deploy left flank heavy, he would have to wheel his bombardiers around on the right side. When I was doing that deployment, I realized, I was like, let me put Koopa on the right side. If I put Koopa on the right side, Koopa can actually detract his bombardiers on the right from shooting at my savages. Now, truthfully, well, without, like, I mean, I don't know what Joe's thought process was. I was thinking, A, he's going to kill my trolls, right? That was a given, okay? But B, he could focus 16 cannon shots, D6 shots each. I mean, minimum he's getting 16 shots, but I mean, like, maximum, holy shit, 16 times 6, whatever the fuck that is, 70-something shots. He's shooting all those shots into my savages. I have dead savages. Just that simple. Even if I got a 5-up board against shooting, he's going to freaking give me divine shots, and I can't protect them all. They're dead savages. But anything he could shoot at, he could shoot at my spiders, and the spiders are dead. You know, so no matter what he shoots at, he's going to kill. So the one thing he cannot kill that easy with shooting at is Koopa. So I'm like, alright, so if I put Koopa on the right side, and Koopa just goes in round like 1 and 2, just moves right up into those freaking white bombardiers on the right side, Koopa could actually detract their shots. which is something I was thinking about. On the left side, I ended up having to hide my general behind the hill, and I ended up putting just the A-Rock on the hill. But I didn't really have to. But the thing is, I kind of wanted to do that so I could get his shots from his cannon towards the A-Rock, and then just bum rush A-Rock and Chicken Rock over that hill. General following behind, trolls run up as fast as I can, and my whole goal right now is to go up as fast as I can. But for turn 1, I have to put people slightly back so they don't get shot by bombardiers. We're going to go ahead and start off and ignore the guy in the middle. The guy in the middle is actually a kin eater. He just put it in the middle. He wants to remember to ambush with it, so that's the best way to be like, bam, it's in our face. Anyways, turn 1, Ogre Cons, Albino Alien Ogre Cons. He moves up like so. He ended up having to move. I did this on purpose. I moved my guys just far enough back where if he had to shoot me, he had to move up a bit to shoot me. So he did. He had to move up his bombardiers like a couple inches to shoot at my boar boys or whatever he wanted to shoot at, and he starts fanning out like that. But that's it. That's his whole movement right there. So magic phase, he got 7 power dice. He goes ahead and he does a chain lightning on like 4 or 5 dice, and it was like a ridiculous number he got. He didn't get double 6s. Actually, he did get double 6s, but if he got it off in the beginning and just say he got really lucky in the beginning, he could destroy most of my forces. So I'm just like, you know what, I have to use a Dispel Scroll. It really sucked. I didn't want to use a Dispel Scroll, but I did. And yeah, so then the rest of the magic became ineffective. Over here, his Bombardier is going to go ahead and shoot at Koopa. And here's the deal, is he could only shoot, if he was to shoot at the Boar Boys, the back row couldn't reach the Boar Boys. So if he was to shoot at Koopa, everybody could shoot at Koopa, and he's like, might as well. So he shoots at Koopa, and bing, 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 Koopa the tank! Look at him. Koopa took 7 wounds. He shot 31 shots. It was on average, he was getting about 30 to 31 shots. He got 31 shots, 7 wounds, long range, in the woods, and Koopa armored saved 7 of them. Actually, he armor saved 5 of them and regen 2 of them. Woo! Koopa, you sexy son of a bitch, you. Alright, over here, the Bombardiers on this side, they decide they're going to start shooting at my trolls. Same deal, they're going to have long range, whatever, and they end up getting only 2 wounds off. He actually really fluffed on the wound roll. He did get like 8 hits and then just 2 wounds. Cannon over here, he decides not to shoot at my spider. My spider was my giveaway choice, and he decided he's going to shoot at my boar boys. So he shoots at the boar boys, kills the first one, goes for the bounce goes through, but then all of a sudden he failed to wound the second one. Woo! And that's about that right there. Yeah, it's going to go into my turn, and here's the deal. This is going to be Orcs and Goblins turn 1. I go move up. I don't have a picture of the move up apparently, but I move everybody up. I move Koopa I march him right in front of those Bombardiers. I move up the spiders. I move everybody. I'm just like, fuck it, let's just go. Magic phase got 4 power dice. Go ahead and I do fix it up, I do fix it up so I can reroll 6s, and he stops it. And then I try to do a couple dice stay quiet, but it didn't matter. I think I tried to do a 1 dice stay quiet and it didn't matter. And that was it. That was my turn. There was no shooting. I just marched this up as fast as I can. It's going to go ahead and start off his turn. Ogre Cons turn 2. Ogre Cons turn 2. Pops up the freaking ambusher back here. Arrgh! Now, the good news is, this is kind of why I do this. I put the Goblins back here to throw Fanatic out. If he wants to ambush behind me, great. I'm going to throw Fanatic out. But the thing is, this thing is tough as fuck. I mean, it has 4 wounds. He has regen. So even if I throw the Fanatic out, it's not going to kill this thing. It might do a wound or 2. Excuse me, now I got the hiccups. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. Oh, by the way, guys, again, this game happened a while ago. He shot at my boar boys, and you guys are probably wondering, like, why did he shoot at the boar boys and not the spider? He shot at the boar boys because the boar boys were in the middle of a couple things that were insignificant. So if the boar boys ran off the table, that was a possibility. They could run off the table. They're only leadership 8. It would cause the Goblins to panic, and if the Goblins panic, I lose half the table on the right side. That's why he did that, by the way. So he goes ahead and he moves up like so. Everybody's kind of just moving up and wheeling around, right? But he can still kind of maintain that center castle, right? So magic phase, he got 7 power dice, and this just gives you an idea of how I moved up as well, by the way. He did move his shaman out of the unit because he figured the shaman Bombardiers were about to get in trouble with Koopa. As you can see, Koopa just ran around the right flank, and Koopa doing that, running around the right flank, allows him to divert his focus. He can't focus on one side. He has to focus on either Koopa coming in the flank or just focus in the middle, and he would have to focus in the middle or focus on Koopa. Anyways, So he goes ahead and he does a couple dice onto Comet, and I'm just like, psh, go for it. I think he got double sixes, and I was like, go for it, do it. And he got like the least damaging one out of all of them. He didn't even wound his shaman. But he got the Comet off. It's that red dot in the middle, that red dice in the middle. And then he tries to do, I think, Chain Lightning, and I stop it, or Curse of the Westerlies and stop it. And so, we're going to go to Shooting Phase. Shooting Phase, he shoots his cannon right at the spider this time, and he misfires the cannon. It's jammed for 2 turns, and he's like, well, shit, this just became useless. So then shooting over here, he shoots at Koopa, and he shoots all these shots again, 30 shots, like 9 to 10 wounds. I roll the dice, and I fail a couple armor saves, and I pick up those armor saves, and I roll them, and I fail some regen saves, and he gets 2 wounds off. Son of a bitch. Koopa's really, if it was 1 wound, I wouldn't have thought about it too much, but since he got 2 wounds off, it's like, ooh, do I charge in now? Because not only I'm going to have to charge in, he's going to stand and shoot, I could die there, or I get into combat, and he just gets 1 lucky wound that I just failed the fucking a 2-up armor save on. Oh my god, this sucks. Alright, over here he starts shooting at freaking trolls, and he just goes flaming shots, and boom! Just takes out 2 trolls. Holy crap. That's how it looks. Guys, those trolls are dead, and I already come up to the conclusion that those trolls are going to die. So, I'm like, well, it's going to be my turn. Now, I'm going to hold off on explaining a lot of this right now because, well, I'm just going to explain it, excuse me. I got to use the trolls as chaff. The reason why I decided this, I decided that the trolls are going to die no matter what. They're just going to die. They're going to get shot in the next turn. It's going to be less than rank left, and they're not going to be able to do anything. And I can't make a charge. Charges are way too far, so I decided, you know what? Trolls are going to die regardless, or they're going to be stupid and they're going to be in the way. So I'm just going to go ahead and put them in the way, and I'm going to use them as chaff. It's going to be my turn, by the way. Orcs and Goblins' turn too. And I'm about to yell Koopa in like about 20 seconds or so. But, so I decided I'm going to move the trolls right in front of his main block, and I don't have a picture of it, that's why I'm explaining it now. I'm going to move the trolls right in front of his main block as chaff, so that way I can move the savages comfortably, move the spiders comfortably, move Zod comfortably, but the trolls, if he does decide to charge in, I'm still initiative 1 versus his great weapons, and I'll actually have a chance of living and doing some damage. If I don't, and he decides to avoid him, which I think he does, they absorb fire for a turn, and it still allows me movement up on 1 turn. So I go ahead and I do that. Now, on 3, 2, 1, Koopa! Koopa is going into those fucking bombardiers. Fuck those bombardiers. Fuck them fucks. And I know you guys miss me screaming this shit, by the way. Anyways, Koopa's going in. I don't care. He stands and shoots. He shoots them all. He freaking fails to wound Koopa, or he wounds Koopa, but he fails to get any through my armor, and Koopa is a nasty son of a bitch is what he is. He goes in alone. I did charge the Boar Boys, they failed charge. I charged the A-Rock, she failed charge. Magic Phase got 9 power dice, so go ahead and I do Blessing on the Mother Spider on these guys. Now these guys turned around, and I'm facing the freaking ambusher now. Now the good news is I'll be steadfast on the ambusher for a while, but the bad news is I didn't really get you know, like, my whole plan is throw the Fanatic, shoot him, hopefully live, maybe do some wounds. So I go ahead and I do Blessing on the Mother Spider. He actually lets me get it off. I think he stopped something else. I tried to do Evil Eye onto this guy. He lets one off. He stopped the other one. I was just doing low dice spells, 2 dice, 2 dice, 2 dice. And then I got Blessing on the Mother Spider off. So I got a couple spells off, which means I got a couple Heaven's attributes going off. Shooting Phase, I go ahead and I throw the Fanatic through, does absolutely no wounds. I go ahead and I shoot the poison shots, and oh, fuck. I am not kidding. 21 shots, okay? 21 shots. I got like 8 poisons. I was like, holy shit. He was like, holy crap. He rolls the dice, he just fails them, and he's just dead. That Kid Eater is dead. Wow. Alright. Over here, Koopa ends up killing off, he does 4 wounds. Okay. He goes ahead and he swings, and he does 7 wounds, or 6 wounds, right? I roll the armor saves, and I fail 2 of them. And I was like, oh, shit. And as soon as I grab him, I realized, before I roll the regen roll, I'm like, I just did 2 magic spells. I'm going to re-roll armor saves with those Heavens attributes, and bing, bing, Koopa armor saves them Barely. If I would have rolled the regen saves, Koopa would have been dead. But the armor save saved my life. Oh, shit. He's steadfast. He's going to go ahead and reform like so. And it's going to go ahead and start off his turn. Ogre Con's turn 3. Ogre Con's turn 3. He charges the Thunder Cannon and the Tribesman into the A-Rock. Or Chicken Rock, excuse me. I'm not too worried about the Tribesmen. Tribesmen are pretty much naked. And I'm going first. The Thunder Cannon could fuck me up. It could get a good impact hits. It could do a shit ton of wounds. It could really fuck me up, right? But it's okay. At least I got into combat. That's what I want. I want to be in combat. I don't want to be shot at. Magic Face, he gets 12 power dice. Oh fuck. He goes ahead and he gives these guys rerolls to wound. I let it go through. He tries to give Koopa reroll armor saves, curse, and I am like, no. I actually decided I gotta stop that spell. So he goes ahead and he does a second comet, and he puts the comet right there behind the trolls, right behind my chaff. Like, that's a bad spot, because if that comet comes down early, it's going to kill not only my trolls but kills my chaff wolf riders, and I'm holding the chaff for when the turn I actually want to go in. And that's basically how it looks right now anyways. Oh fuck, I think I just stopped the chain lightning, or he failed it. So shooting phase is going to shoot these guys into the trolls. They have rerolls to wound. He gets like, again, 30 plus shots, gets like 7 wounds, and then he re-rolls the wounds and he gets like fucking 8 more. Oh fuck. Oh my god. He hits the trolls, flaming shots. I get a 6-up armor, and he kills the whole fucking unit. Like, just wiped them out. 1 round of shooting there. Oh fuck. Oh my god, that was pretty brutal. If he didn't, I was just gonna go ahead and charge into his fucking his block there, or just whatever, but holy fuck did he mess me up there. Wow. Close combat over here between Koopa. Koopa kills another one, does another 4 wounds. These guys cannot kill Koopa. Koopa's making these armor saves. I'm just like, Koopa, you fucking son of a bitch, keep it going, buddy. Wow. Alright. Over here, close combat, impact hits. He ends up doing 2 wounds onto the Chicken Rock. Chicken Rock goes back, kills, I pick on the Tribesman. I'm like, fuck the top 5 thing, I'm going to kill the top 4 guys, and I end up killing a Tribesman. He does another wound with the Tribesman, alright, and I end up doing another 2 wounds with the Goblins. He's counting downwards. So, he has a charge, and 3 wounds, and a banner, so he has 5, okay? I did a total of 5 wounds. It's a push. There's no musician. We're going to stick there. Holy crap, that actually saved my life. And it's going to go ahead and start off turn 3, Orcs and Goblins. Turn 3, Orcs and Goblins. The A-Rock, the mother of dragons, is going into those fucking bombardiers. Now, he does get to reroll to wound, but it's still long range and cover in the woods, right? Because even though I'm a large target, they're not cannons. So I'm going to charge into them, right? He stands and shoots. He fails to wound. I think he might have got like 1 wound off, and I actually got an armor save on that one, which is really funny and ridiculous at the same time. I charged the Boar Boys, and I've got a picture of this. I charged the Boar Boys into the unit Koopa's fighting, actually, to help Koopa out, make sure he doesn't fail that single fucking armor save and die. So I figured, you know, he could use some extra help there. And then I do not charge the Savages in. I do move the Wolf Riders in front of his face to give him chaff. Anyways, Magic Phase. Magic Phase got 8 power dice. And I go ahead and I do an Evil Eye. I use 3 dice on it, and I fucking get double 6s. God damn it. He lets it go through. I go ahead and I do another Evil Eye, and I'm just trying to hit his fucking wizard back here, and I do like 1 wound on the wizard. Or actually, that was the original Evil Eye, not the second one. It does 1 wound onto his wizard back here. I miscast, blow up like this, end up killing off 2 of my Savages. The Shaman fails to take a wound, which is hilarious to me. And then over here, close combat. Close combat, I end up just wiping out the Tribesmen, killing them all. I go ahead and I roll the ordnance hit onto the fucking cannon. I do the ordnance hit onto the cannon, hit it, wound it, fails the armor save, max wounds, destroy the fucking thing. Holy shit. Wow. Chicken Rock, you were a sexy son of a bitch too. A-Rock is over there. Oh, and right here, we actually remembered at this moment right here, he ended up racking up a couple wounds on my Chicken Rock too. But we remembered at this moment the comets need to come down. So he goes in and rolls the comet. Comet comes down, kills 3 dogs, 1 ogre tribesman, 3 wounds onto the A-Rock and only 2 wounds onto the Chicken Rock. Chicken Rock lives. Holy shit, that's actually pretty nuts. That was a pretty, like, earth-shattering comet. He did need to kill those last 2 dogs, though, and he knew he needed to, and he was just like, shit. Over here, close combat. Like I said, the Boar Boys charged in. He ends up killing 1 Boar Boy. Koopa ends up killing off, like, 1 guy, and the Boar Boys end up killing off, like, another. He, does get a couple wounds off on Koopa. I rerolled the armor saves again. He's just like, this sucks, man. Can't get rid of that 1 guy. He's gonna run. I chase. I believe this. We catch this unit, but the Boar Boys fall just short of the Shaman, and Koopa ends up falling like in the middle of nowhere. Over here, close combat. Holy fuck, man! The A-Rock takes out 3, 6, 7, 8 wounds. 8 wounds. The ordnance hit, of course, takes out 1 of them. Then I do another 5 wounds or whatever onto the Ogres. The Ogres go back. They cannot wound. They got rerolls to wound too, but they end up getting off 1 wound onto the A-Rock. Now I have a charge and 8 wounds. He has a banner and 1 wound. He's down by 6. He rolls, he fails, he rolls, he fails. I chase. He is not steadfast. And the A-Rock just eats that whole unit for fucking breakfast. Holy shit. And it's going to go ahead and start off his turn. Ogre Khan's turn 4. He's going to charge it to the Wolf Riders here. And I mean, they're there for a reason. They're going to stay there. Okay. So he gets in. He charges these tribesmen into Koopa. He charges his Shaman into the fucking Boar Boys. And I'm like, alright. Magic Phase, he got 7 power dice. He goes ahead and he makes me re-roll armor saves or something like that. He gives me the curse. Reroll hits, reroll armor saves. I forgot what it was. So that sucks. It goes off. I try to stop it. It still goes off. He goes ahead and gives these guys reroll wounds. Goes off. Right? He goes ahead and does his impact hit. Impact hit. Hit Koopa. I fail the armor save. I fail the regen. And he kills Koopa. Now he's going to overrun. When he overruns, he's going to clip into the freaking Boar Boys. But as you can tell, he has a flank. So he's going to get in like so. Bam! Gets in. And these guys are going to start combat over here. He ends up just wiping out, he does this combat over here, kills off the 2 dogs. This combat over here, he starts killing them with impact hits. And then he just goes ahead and starts swinging. He ends up destroying my whole unit here. Actually, I run through his bruisers. Dangerous Terrains kills the rest of my Boar Boys. And he just overruns this way sideways. And it's going to go ahead and start off my turn. Orcs and Goblins turn 4. Orcs and Goblins turn 4. Game's coming to an end, guys. Savages are going in. Chicken Rock's going in. I don't care if the Chicken Rock is wounded. I'm still going in. The other comet came down, by the way, and did absolutely nothing because the range was really short. I think he rolled like a 4. So we're all going in, just balls to the wall. I'm going for it, you know. And again, I got to swing first against the Bruisers. I'm not too worried about that. Chicken Rock's going to swing first, kill off a couple Bruisers. That'll be good. And then regardless, even if I fail somehow, in holy hell, I'll still be steadfast. And if I don't pass, I still have Zod coming up behind him. So, and the A-Rock will be able to turn around. So, get in like so. Boom, 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 right? Everybody's in. Okay? A-Rock turns around, faces the little chumps. Zod comes around like he's going to get in on the flank in the next turn, and the Goblins just get closer to Magic. Magic, he got 10 power dice. Go ahead and I do Stay Quiet in the bubble. He stops it. I go Gift of the Mother Spider. He stops it. I go ahead and I do Fix It Up onto his unit. He doesn't stop that one. It goes off. Holy crap, here it goes. Start impact hits. Kills off 1 guy. A-Rock, Chicken Rock goes. Kills off another couple guys. Freaking Savages go, and they end up killing off like freaking 4 guys. He challenged with his general. I accepted with the champ. He kills the champ, max wounds. He ends up killing off 1 more guy, and then stomps kill off a couple more. But holy crap, it is a bloody massacre. I had done at least 12, 13, 14 wounds. I did 14 wounds, 2 banners, 3 ranks to his 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I win by freaking a lot. I win by a lot. He failed to wound the Chicken Rock, by the way. I made him reroll those 6s. He failed to hit, failed to wound, and Chicken Rock's still alive. Holy crap. He's going to run, and when he runs, we just call the game here because I'm going to catch him, and it's a bloody massacre. Holy crap. Turn 4, Orcs and Goblins. Just did it all. Wow, that was a fun game. That was a crazy game. I was actually pretty intimidated by how much shooting he had. And like I said, if he would have been able to shoot all his shots into the savages, if I let him focus fire on anything, he would have killed whatever he decided he wanted to shoot. I mean, he had that ability. He really did, you know. The only things that were going to give him problems were, like I said early on, was Zod. Was Zod and Koopa. So, but yeah, it was pretty bloody. MVP, I think the MVP is a pretty clear MVP. Even though the A-Rock did a lot of damage, took out a whole unit of Bombardiers, I think the true MVP here is King Koopa. And King Koopa, you fat son of a bitch, you. I actually, I mentioned this in the first video I made, and I'm going to say the same thing again. I made a whole freaking team to go to ETC next year because I wanted to play Koopa at ETC. That is the truth. Think about that. Think about that. I went to ETC last year for Team USA, and I was told I cannot play Koopa. So instead of just trying to reapply onto Team USA and deal with that, I decided it's better if I bring Koopa and bring my own goddamn team. Think about that. I mean, there's more to it than just King Koopa, obviously, but just think about that. Oh man, this was a fun game. Joe Pecoraro was a good opponent. He is like I said, he's a veteran player. He knows the game very well. I wouldn't have thought of that, like, causing me to panic off the table. And I mean, it didn't work in his favor in this game, but it could have. And if it did, that would have been pretty, you know, pretty deadly there. It would have took out half my force. It would have took out my chaff, which let me get better positioning. It would have took out my my goblins, which ended up taking out his ambusher. And if his ambusher, that's one thing. Like, my brother plays his Kid Eater, where if there's no war machines and there's no reason for him to come behind, he actually just uses that as a roadblock and chaff as for himself. So that's something that Joe could have done. I think he underestimated the Chicken Rock and the A-Rock. They love multi-wound guys with that ordnance hit. You know, so they did a good job. Both of those spiders were just brutal. And then I think he really underestimated Koopa. He was hoping I failed those armor saves, and with his Lord of Heaven's attribute, it just helped me. He helped me keep the armor saves. Oh, you fat bastard, Koopa. Oh, man. So yeah, so it was a big Orcs and Goblins victory. Like I said, I'm going to Michigan, and to play in the Michigan GT. You guys will see those videos soon. And guys, we're still looking for one Mexican player for Team Mexico. If you guys happen to be Mexican heritage, have a parent that was born in Mexico possibly, you can apply for the team. We are still looking for one Mexican. The other spots kind of got filled, or we're actually going to talk about it this weekend, about what we're going to do. Besides that, if you guys can, I would appreciate help on Patreon. As you guys know, I made a video talking about my computer blew up. I ended up getting another computer, but I haven't paid it off yet. And I need help here, because I figured A, I needed it for work, but B, I also needed it to get these videos out, and this is what I do, you know what I mean? So I appreciate any help, any support you guys can give me on Patreon. My Patreon link's down below. If not, you can donate to my channel or donate to my PayPal. But I really do enjoy doing this, and I do want to keep making videos as much as I can, as well as giving you guys some entertainment value out of it. As Lord Tremendous says, it's tip jar. You know, and the way I've explained it before is, if you guys, you know, go down to a subway and you see like a guy playing some freaking keyboards and he's blind and he's just playing it and he's really just smashing the freaking buttons because he has no idea what he's looking at or doing, and that guy entertains you for 5 to 10 minutes, and you guys decide to throw him a quarter or a dollar, you guys could give me a quarter or a dollar because I entertain you. Obviously, you've been watching my videos, and you guys are entertained. Are you not entertained? And you guys could just give me like a buck or two or 5 or whatever, and it would help out greatly. And not only that, it would help me out, not only pay for this laptop, but help out pay for Spain next year when Team Mexico makes their way to Spain, Salamanca. And we're gonna go ahead and change the way teams are are viewed out there. That's what it's gonna be. Big Team Mexico, like, making a scene. Alright guys, I have no idea what I'm saying. I'm rambling. Guys, I'll see you in the next video. It'll be round 1 at Michigan GT. The Road to Michigan GT is over with. This is the last game from Road to Michigan GT. It's going to be Michigan GT next time, and then it'll be Road to WCW. Road to WCW. Alright guys, I'll see you then. Take care, and peace.